This is completely unscripted, and it's all about this area needs to be cleaned up and what's going on right now. So, let's talk about brick, okay? So I'm working on this artwork titled Brick, and it really looks like a brick, doesn't it? There's still some work to do painting it. I've tried using colored pencil. I was hoping it would have a really good art look to it, like this other style that I've done, but this really is not, it's not looking that good. It's not looking like pencil lines. So we're gonna leave the colored pencil out, and it's just gonna be acrylic paint. So that's, and brick is not done, but when it is done, I really like this side better than that side. It's not done, but I really think that this is going to be the front. So, what will I do? I'll be gluing felt here, and it's going to be on a really nice base. Let's see how the camera's doing here. All right, so these are some choices on Etsy for a base that I can put this on, and it'll have a title plate, which I think so, something like that. And this is sitting there with the majority of the base that's exposed in the front. It'll be tighter in the back, but it's got to be, you know, at least 1.5 inches or 2 inches here to put the title plate, which is 1 inch tall. And it'll just be mounted right there, and brick will be sitting on that. So, like, I really like this here, mahogany. And they're saying that, look, it comes in a 10x8. So imagine, here it is. Again, this is all unscripted. So let's take a look here. So if that's 10 inches wide, here's 10 inches. So look, that gives us 1 inch on each side for the base, and it is 8 inches this way. So look, if we put 1.5 inches in the back, that gives us 2.5 inches in the front. Okay, and this title plaque is 1 inch this way. So if we go 3/4 inch, then have the title plaque here with 1 inch in the front, or maybe move it this way. That's probably better. Maybe this could be moved a little forward. So it starts at 1/2 inch and goes to 1.5 inches. And this could be moved like that. That's leaving 1 3/4 inches in the back. I think that's fine. anyway, we're good all the way around, and we can just adjust it to where it visually looks nice on that pedestal or display base. But here's the challenge. Again, unscripted. Here's the challenge is we want mahogany at 10 by 8. They say they've got it. So like plaque, well, we're not going to order the plaque from them because it's too wide this way. It needs to be half that size, because you can't just write brick by l.hunt. So you've got this title plate that's this big, and it says brick by l.hunt here. So it really needs to be like this, brick by l.hunt. So we're going to order that from this company. But let's take a look here. Color and size. Mahogany, they've only got a 6 by 4. Even though it says 10 by 8 here. So a 6 by 4 is not going to work whatsoever. So this right here says, look at this, 10 by 8, now out of stock, made in Great Britain. So this is the challenge, finding the one that really looks good. I like how this came up, and it really looked, important. So if you look at that one up there, it doesn't look very important. It's just flat. So it's kind of a bummer that, and I like the design here. So look, $93, and there's probably shipping. Yeah, oh goodness, cost to ship, $81. So we're looking at almost $200 just for that. But I mean, for fine art, it's worth it. That would be like the frame. $200 for a frame is, I would say, pretty standard. So what about this here? So we're on Etsy. I've already been here a couple weeks ago to this seller. It's like size. It's kind of hard to even read this. I mean, let's see, 5.5 long by 5.5 wide by 4 inches high. Okay, 7. So we already know that this thing right here is 8.25 inches wide, right? So it'd have to be, that's 5.5, 5.5. Okay, so like none of these will work. So even though, well, this might look good, the sizing is completely off. So right now, I think maybe I should send a message to this person in Great Britain and ask them, when will that be in stock? Mahogany, 10 by 8, okay, for brick. So that's where we're at on brick. What about chicken of the sea? Do you believe in mermaids? A lot of people do. So this was an ad from 1971. Just ask any mermaid that you happen to see, what's the best tuna? It's chicken of the sea. So this mermaid, it's not the same artwork that was on that green shimmery can of tuna from when I was a kid. It's the same mermaid, but it's not the same artwork of the mermaid. But still, I got this off of eBay, and we're going to use this ad to show this character, this marketing character that was used at the time, and this green shimmering can and her outfit. All of this is it's a psychological color thing that that affected me as a kid. Okay, so that's that. We're still working on the frame for static. I just haven't got around to doing anything on it. I got the Gorilla Glue, and we're gonna have to make sure that that gets glued to the frame and it doesn't come off. All right, we're gonna talk about Rush at the end. We got back Eagles Peak from the LA County Fair and got the ribbons that it won, best of class and first place in mixed media. So we got this back and we're gonna hang it up in the studio, and I guess we're gonna file these away and write on the back the dates and the title of the artwork and what class it was in, mixed media, because I have ribbons like this from decades ago and it was not written on there, and then you got a problem with what year was that, did you get that, and for what artwork, stuff like that. So we want to make sure that everything's organized. Okay, the OC Fair. So Covered Bridge was accepted into the OC Fair, and here is the entry tag. So they sent me an email that was to be printed and attached to the back before delivery to the fair. So we're going to do that. I think my videos should be voted the most boring YouTube videos ever. You know, at least that would be something. So we're going to put that here. And here's the thing is, once these things go on the back, it's all part of the journey of this artwork and all the shows that it was in, and different awards that it may have won. All that stuff needs to be on the back. So we're going to put this here. I know that's not very pretty, but I figured, what the heck. So this says delivery days are Friday and Saturday, June 19 and 20 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The OC Fair. And this is the delivery information, directions on how to get there, and which building to take it to and all of that. So we're going to put this stuff together until those dates. Okay, and then we'll make the delivery. So put that to the side. What else? That's OC Fair, so that goes with this. Okay, we've got the mermaid stuff. That's for the book Finding My Way in the Art World, book 1. Costa Mesa Art Venture. Juried art exhibition, no fee. Okay, I'm not going to do any of these art shows. We have to pay $25 to $40, $45 to be in. And 80% of the time, you're not included and you don't get your money back. But you spent money to try to get people to look at your work. I mean, I understand the concept, but it's like, I would much rather not be paying people to look at the work, but the work should be good enough that people, you don't have to pay and people enjoy it, you know, at zero expense, or they pay to buy it because they like it so much. So anyway, I don't want to be down here with the spending on this stuff for people to look at the art. I think it should be at zero, or I'm being paid because they want to buy the thing. So Costa Mesa Art Venture. The deadline is July 13th, 2026. So I have a good month to apply. And the exhibition dates are September 12th through the 26th. So what I was thinking, I just printed this out and I haven't read through it, but I was thinking that I should submit In the Land of the Blind, the Cyclops is King. But we have to make sure that the size, it's not beyond the size. So like, here we go. Presentation and display of artwork, size requirements, outside dimensions of the frame. So the maximum size is 36 inches by 36 inches. That's the maximum size. So let's see what I have written down here. Framed, it's 37 by 47. Ooh. Okay, so that means that artwork cannot be submitted to this show. Ah. It's all part of my elaborate plan. Sculpture. Work must be well put together. No loose, fragile, sharp pieces that can easily break or are unsafe. Artists are required to bring their own plinth or pedestal for each artwork. Maximum base size, 30 inches by 30 inches. We already know that we're not even at that. Maximum height, 60 inches. Weight limit, 100 pounds. Okay, so, wow, that just happened at this moment. So we're working on this, but I thought we were going to put a different piece of artwork in there. So we're going to have to find a display base for this very quick. And then I'm going to submit brick to this art show, Costa Mesa Art Venture. All right, enough of that. All right, now we're back to finish up with Rush. So, why is it that I have 2 Rush beer cans? Well, after I went to the first show and posted my video, there was someone who said they were going to get the hat that I got, but they were definitely going to get the t-shirt that was limited to the LA shows. Well, I went to the show and came home and didn't even realize that there was marketing that was just for LA. Although I guess that this program and the way it's set up was for LA because it had, or it has, the ticket for the first show and the date here. But here's what happened. Yesterday afternoon, I was talking to my wife Chanel about how I would like to have gotten the shirt that was exclusive to the LA shows. And she said, well, we could just go down there. They have the merchandise booth outside of the auditorium, so you don't have to have a ticket to go to the show. We could go down there, park somewhere, walk through the parking lot, and get it. One thing led to another, and yeah, we went to a second Rush show, the 3rd sold out show, the same way. Went to Ticketmaster, found the tickets, bought them, went down there. I got a second Rush beer. They will not sell you this unless they open it, even though I asked both times. And they said, no, we have to open it. But that's $20 per beer. Here's the shirt that's for the LA shows, live at Kia Forum, Los Angeles. It's got the 4 dates, June 7, 9, 11, and 13. City of Angels with the dates there, okay? So that one I'm not gonna wear. This one I'm gonna wear and wash it. Now, finally, the last thing we have to do here, Sully, is look at this lithograph. Okay, so this was $50. So I'm going to get a frame for it. Live at Kia Forum, Los Angeles, 2026, June 7, 9, 11, and 13. And if you notice here, which is going to be difficult framing, whoever did this needs to know that if someone frames it, the number here is going to get hidden. So you've got to put it up about a ½ inch, okay? So for the next sold out shows in all the different cities across the globe. Do not do that. This is 558 out of 1,200. So I'm gonna frame that and have it on the wall here in the studio.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We're here tonight to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the 50 years of Rush music. Music I wrote with this chap. Music we wrote with the great man. To do honor to God, to do honor to him. Long-awaited tribute. We have a lot of stuff to do, but before that, I'd like to introduce you to people two lovely people that are helping us celebrate this music. Niles